when I ask you what that inner belief is and you were to actually reflect back, you should feel some pain. It's something that you say to yourself that's actually usually framed in pretty negative terms, right? I'm a loser, I'm a nobody, right? Things like that, where we would never share this externally to the world, but we say it to ourselves, right? I want to share with you a process that has been revolutionary in my life, something that I've taken thousands of clients through, and something that I know will be the difference maker in why you may not be achieving the things that you want and how to actually break through that next level of revenue or success in your life and business. It's called the Align Method, and there's 5 steps to it, okay? So I'm gonna take you through it, and I want you to actually, as I go through this, imagine that I'm asking you these questions and you're actually answering them, okay? So the A stands for aspirational goal. What's something that you want, something that's tangible, measurable? It's really your next cut. It's something that you would really love to achieve and you haven't achieved it yet. If it's something you're already on the way to achieving, it doesn't count. It has to be something big and bold and probably a little bit scary. So that's A. What's that aspirational goal, okay? The next step is the L. What's the limiting belief that's in the way from you believing that that aspirational goal is possible? There's a limiting belief that you have, and it's the first thing that comes up in your head. You probably hear yourself saying it. It's some kind of complaint, right? I don't have enough time, or I'm not good at this, or something like that, okay? So again, L is, what's that limiting belief? Go ahead and think about that, or even write it down. The next step is the I. The I stands for inner belief. Once we identify that limiting belief, like we did in the last step, a lot of times we have to go deeper, because the inner belief is, what does it mean about you? Usually a limiting belief is something that starts with the word I, right? I'm not X because of Y. It's generally how it lays out, right? So I'm not good at money because I'm not smart enough, or I'm not able to grow an audience because my work isn't valuable enough, okay? So what is that inner belief? And when I ask you what that inner belief is, and you were to actually reflect back, you should feel some pain. It's something that you say to yourself that's actually usually framed in pretty negative terms, right? I'm a loser, I'm a nobody, right? Things like that, where we would never share this externally to the world, but we say it to ourselves, right? So what's that inner belief? Once you identify that, now you can actually go to the next step, which is the G. And the G is all about the gain. What is it that you are gaining from doing this? So there are actually 4 different, what we call payoffs. And this is in the category of gain. So when you look at the limiting belief and the inner belief, right? There's usually an emotion, and it's a pattern that you've been doing for your whole life. So as we're gonna come back around to this G gain section, but let me just recycle back to the top so you can really see where we are. You identified what you want, right? That's that aspirational goal. And then you were able to look at, what's the limiting belief that I believe about why I can't have this? And from there, you were actually able to go deeper and get into actually the painful inner belief, the real belief that's underneath that. And then you're realizing, you know what, this is something I've felt before. It can't be something that's just one time you felt this because of this one thing you're not achieving. Likely, this is something that you felt throughout many years of your life. You've been stuck in this. And it's really important that it is a pattern. It's something you felt for a while in order for this to really give you the breakthrough. And when we get to the G, we ask ourselves, what are we gaining from doing this pattern? What are the things that we're gaining? And so I look at it through the lens of 4 things. Number 1, are you getting love and connection? As an example, some people like to complain that they're not getting the things that they want, and they go and they tell their friends, and maybe it's a woman and she tells her girlfriends, and they get to all rally around her. And it's kind of the pity party, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so sorry for you, right? And that is getting connection, right? So the first thing you may be getting is love and connection. And then the next thing you might be getting is actually significance. So a lot of times people are frustrated because they're not achieving the goals that they want in their life, and they want to be more significant. But you actually may be getting a low level of significance by doing this pattern. And significance can look like you have a significant problem. If you've been holding on to this problem for 10 years, That's a significant problem. Like you have something, it's like this albatross you carry with you. A lot of times with significance, it's identity. You ever heard of the starving artist, right? A lot of artists want to stay broke because they feel like it gives them uniqueness or significance to stay starving, right? It's part of an identity. So you might be getting significance from doing this. Another thing you might be getting is certainty. You've heard of the comfort zone, right? Comfort zone is where, you are used to it. It's the status quo. And a lot of times when we have a problem, we might want to make more money, but it's actually scary, right? We might want to meet the person of our dreams, but it's actually uncomfortable because it's outside of our comfort zone. It's safer to stay stuck. So maybe you're getting certainty. And then the last one is variety/freedom. A lot of times I'll talk to people who want to grow their business and they're like, I don't really want the responsibility. I got to take on all these clients. I got to make this schedule. I can't go to the beach like I want to. Well, they are not willing to give up variety and freedom because commitment requires that they actually focus. So once again, the gain step contains 4 micro steps within them. Are you getting love and connection? Are you getting significance? Are you getting certainty? Are you getting variety and freedom? If you could actually uncover what the gain is for you, you're going to see something you haven't seen, which is that you are in control of this pattern that you created and it's not happening to you, right? And finally, we get to the last step of the process, which is the N in the align method. And the N stands for the negative cost. At this point, you have uncovered something you want, the limiting belief that's in the way, the inner belief that's there, the gain, like what are you getting from that? And now the real question is, what's the cost of you doing this to yourself? Now that you no longer see this as happening to you, but you see this as happening through you, it's something you created, it's a protection mechanism. The question is, what is the cost? What has the cost been? What is the cost right now? And what will the cost be going forward? We're looking at the cost in your finances. We're looking at the cost in your relationships, in your health, in your self-esteem, in your overall vibration and presence in life. There's a major cost to you doing this pattern. And now that you can see that, you break out of this blind spot and you're able to actually take back control of your life. Not just from doing affirmations or visualization, which is awesome, but actually from speaking to the subconscious mind, getting in touch with why you created this, what you're getting from it, what the cost of it is, and actually making a decision that today is the day that you stop playing this game and you break out the box so that you can create the results that you really want. That right there is what we call the blind spot breakthrough. And I hope that you leverage it and use it because it'll change your life.